So all this month, as you know, we're helping you lighten your load, giving you permission to just let it go. And today's something every woman experiences at one time or another. We're talking about guilt. Author Connie Sokol joining me with tips on how to let the mom guilt go. Does guilt just come with the territory for moms? Because you talk to any mom at any stage in life, and we feel it, we absorb it.
Oh, yes, absolutely. In fact, I just laugh because I think people kind of expect everything that happens it funnels back to the mom. When you see a child that's disheveled and gross things on their face, you don't think, where's their father? You think, where's the mom? You know, even if the father is the one that's dressed them that morning. So we do. We have this sort of, we're supposed to be omniscient. We're supposed to have our fingers in every pie and have everything, our knowledge about every little thing that's going on. So yes, we're going to feel guilty about a lot of things. We have the potential to.
Just the word guilt, I mean, brings such a negativity, you know, to the sentence. Just the word does. But is guilt ever helpful?
Oh, absolutely. I think there's very positive guilt, and that's the kind that it makes you want to be kinder to your spouse, or maybe speak more, you know, knowingly and aware with your children and helping others and those kinds of things. And it makes you want to be a better person and to change and remedy a situation. So that's a very positive. But then there's what I call the pointless guilt, and that's the stuff that women get mired in. It's just feeling badly for things that we either didn't have control over or that are completely unnecessary, that just really don't matter in the long run.
And we take those things on, even though they're so out of our control.
Yes. Well, and every time you hear something, you know, I was talking to women just the other day about what they feel guilty for, and we were laughing because not making a hot breakfast, not making our own home cleaning products, you know, I mean, just ridiculous things that, why are we wasting time on guilt with that?
So you've got questions that every woman needs to ask themselves, 3 questions to be exact, so that they can let go of the guilt. And the first speaks to that good guilt that you talked about, asking yourself, is this good?
Exactly. I mean, we are such masters. It cracks me up. We can feel guilty about good things. Like we can't enjoy ourselves, or we're not allowed to. It's so funny why we do this. But we can feel badly about good things because I think we fear that we're doing something wrong. A friend of mine, they did a staycation, and I'd never heard of that. But they took the young ones and took them to grandma's, and then the husband and wife stayed at the house. How lovely is that?
I like that idea.
They did projects, they watched movies together, they laughed, they had a ball. And then she said, I felt guilty that I had shipped my kids off to grandma's. And then she said, and then I felt guilty for not missing them. And so you're guilt either way. But she said, then I realized I was doing a good thing, and that when they came home, I was a better mom, I was happier, and that was a good thing. And so we can ask ourselves, is this a good thing? Will it have a good outcome? Is it really for the better interest for me and the family? Then yes, it's a good thing. So let go.
I feel like at the root of guilt, there's this competition that is just boiling. We look at other women, we kind of look left and right at what they're doing and hold ourselves to other people's standards. Does that contribute, do you think?
Absolutely. And I think sometimes we can see, like, now is the day and age, because ending of school, it's the piano recitals and the dance recitals, and we can say, wow, their kids all play the Suzuki method and they're down to the age of 3, you know. And for years I felt guilty that my kids didn't really go into music. Everyone has to take a year of piano and then they can choose after that. And then I started to realize, you know, 2 boys do guitar and 1 writes stories and 1 does art and another girl does dance. They've found their own way to develop their talents. I don't have to compare. I don't have to have a sticker or a blue ribbon. I can celebrate that, and I don't have to feel guilty that I did not harp on them for 15 years for piano lessons.
And that gets to question number 2. You want us to ask ourselves, is it essential?
Exactly. And that's such a key thing, because there's so much coming at us and so much that moms are supposed to do nowadays, apparently, that we can feel guilty every single minute of the day. So ask, is this really essential? Sometimes what's become a tradition or a society thing now becomes a norm, and we don't have to accept that if it doesn't work for our family. I know for years I have felt guilty because we have taken 1 family portrait in about 20 years of marriage, and I hate them because it's sit still and don't move your hair and be nice and don't touch anything, and then it's smile and it's fake, 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 fake. And so I started realizing, wait a second, I've got tons of spontaneous, fun family pictures, and I scrapbook them and I love them. So I don't have to feel guilty for not taking a staid family portrait. I can be happy that I did what was essential, which is family pictures.
That's a perfect example of why we love you, embracing what is essential, really, and purposeful for your family, and finding the meaning in it.
Fabulous.
We love that. We love that. What do you think causes the most guilt for women and for moms?
I think thinking that they have to be accountable for things they didn't have control over, because we feel like, because we're the mom, we probably should have control over it. And whether we do or don't, it's really a matter of how we approach the resolution of it. So if you have control over it, then, and you blew it, you just blew it, then go explain, apologize, and make it right. And if you didn't have control, then go and make it right, validate the person's sad feelings, and then involve a treat. But don't carry that weight. I know for myself, for years, I felt guilty for my son having Asperger's. Sorry, and I'm gonna cry. I did. I felt terrible, and like I'd done something wrong, or maybe I didn't eat right in pregnancy, or what did I do wrong? And then after reading about Asperger's and living with this sweet child, I realized I have done everything I could possibly do. Let it go, and that made me such a happier mom, to just be able to let go of what I couldn't control.
There's freedom and there's peace in this simple monthly theme, let it go. And women seem to struggle with just releasing it. You know, a colleague, Amanda Dixon on KSL News Radio, I'll never forget a phrase she taught us, bless and release. You know, just send it out there and let it be.
And let it go. I remember years ago when I was on a mission for my church, and we were talking about things that we felt bad for. And I remember he just had us write it down on a piece of paper, crumple it, and throw it in the garbage. And it was gone. It was out. And I encourage women, if there's something you feel guilty about and it keeps coming back, resolve it. Go to the person. It could be 10 years ago. Go resolve it. Make it right. But if you can't, if it's something that you just, it keeps coming back, but you've done everything you can, write it on a piece of paper, crumple it, flush it down the toilet. Do something and just let it go. When it comes back in your mind, shove it back out. Because you've done all you can do. Let it go and give yourself permission to feel that freedom.
Connie, thank you so much. Always such heartfelt perspective. We look forward to these conversations over and over. And we wanted to let people know about your new book. I read it in the pedicure chair 2 weeks ago, cover to cover. I loved it. It is such a pleasure. And you turn the last page feeling just refreshed.
Oh, yay, yay. It's the Life is Too Short collection. It's the best of 3 books. And just today for KSL viewers, you get a free ebook with any purchase. It's the Life is Too Short for One hair color. And just email me on my website, ConnieSokol.com, for your free ebook. And would love for you to have a happy kickoff to the summer.
Awesome. Connie, thank you so much. We'll be right back.